guys, it is Mega B here. I just finished Transformers Cyberverse Season 3. Now, it doesn't air on TV until later on in March. On Dailymotion, all 26 episodes were uploaded talking about my thoughts and feelings on Season 3. My general thoughts about Season 3, I really enjoyed the first half. The first half was really different. I wasn't expecting the outcome of it. I didn't know where it was going. Brought in elements from G1. We got to see some minor characters shine. The last half of season was kind of very similar to season 1, so it wasn't my favorite. I'd have to probably say the first half of season 3 is definitely my favorite season. Highlight character for this season for me was definitely Hot Rod, Whirl, and Dead End, and Soundwave. Those 4 characters, and it was a lot of fun. I'm gonna go into the episodes individually and talk about how I felt about them. I was so happy that we got Chromia and Perceptor in this show because I really enjoyed them in G1. So Perceptor and Chromia are captured, trying to send a message to Optimus, but like, don't come to Cybertron. Wrecker's design, like he had a scope thingy on his face. Perceptor was really cool this season. I really liked him a lot. Turns out in a later episode, he is still deadlocked. He's always been deadlocked. In episode 2, we get Cup. Episodes 14 and 15, Cup gets to do some storytelling, so I liked that. We got Whirl appeared in this episode. It was very exciting. I liked the voice of Whirl. I really liked Cyberverse Whirl. It's like really fun. He wants to join in with everybody and fight. My notes. Whirl sounds so young and handsome. Of course he does. Got episode 3. Episode 3 was a bit of a rough patch for me. But Hot Rod died, and I was just like, no. You can see I scribbled, no. I just scribbled my pen. I was so angry.
You already killed Blur. Now you want to kill Hot Rod. I don't understand.
Episode ends with Wheeljack climbing up a building like
Spider Jackie does whatever an Autobot Spider-Man does.
Episode 4 was also a very big, rough patch for me. Bumblebee and Cheetor are going down to the core of the planet to put back the Allspark. And he decides, hey, I'm going to take my spark, put it in the Allspark, and corrupt it. But that means you die, Shockwave. I don't want you to die.
I love you.
He does it anyway. Not only does Shockwave die this episode and sacrifices himself, but then Cheetor sacrifices his spark to make the Allspark good again.
You're literally killing characters left and right.
Hot Rod's not dead, though. Drift followed Bumblebee and Hot Rod to the core of the planet. They find out that Drift was never Drift. He was always Deadlock. He tries to attack Hot Rod and Bumblebee. Hot Rod takes down Deadlock. He pushes him into like this really like, I guess, gross, like poisonous, like swamp thing. And that's how Hot Rod dies. But he's not really dead. Emerges later on. In episode 5 is where things just take a turn I did not expect. We get the Quintessence come back. Episode 5 is called The Loop. So it starts off with Hot Rod and Clobber, and they're working together using one of those things from Prime, a cortical psychic pack. What happened between episode 4 and episode 5? This fake dream called The Loop, which is a parade. Quintessence, you know, the thing from G1 with 5-sided head thing that was the judge and the Sharkticons, that comes into season 3. They're all seeing this parade, and they're feeding off of their energon to make a new judge. You have the scientist who created the loop. He's the one that built the judge. Hot Rod was still trapped in that swamp area. He was able to get out of that, go into the loop, save Clobber, and now both of them are trying to work together to save Decepticons and Autobots from this endless loop that's slowly draining you of your energon. Like, this is so creepy. Episode 6 is titled Dead End, and I was like, are they gonna bring in Dead End from G1? And they did. To rescue, Clobber goes in and tries to rescue Lockdown. And Dead End's there, which, by the way, I love Dead End's design, I love his voice, I love his personality in the show. The way to get out of the loop is if you transform, because they have a helmet on you, and so you're only in your robot state, so if you transform, the helmet comes off. Dead End transforms and gets out of the loop, and he's like,
what the fuck's going on? I have no idea.
It never really was established how long Hot Rod was in that swamp thing, because we see the end of episode 4, everyone's happy, and then episode 5 opens up Hot Rod and Clobber working together to get everyone out. So I don't know how much time has passed between episode 4 and episode 5. Kind of confusing to say like how much time has passed, how this happened, like how could these guys, you know what I mean? At the end of episode 6, we get McAdam. How come he didn't get captured? And we find out later on his bar that he has is a war titan called Iaconus, who was the last of the war titans. They want to wake up Iaconus to help them defeat the Quintessence, but Iaconus is a raging, bloodthirsty titan. He just wants to kill and have war. He's a war titan. What does a war titan want? They want war. Adam's like, you can't wake him up. If you do, he's just gonna go on a rampage and destroy Cybertron. In this episode, World gets free from the loop.
Yay, World is free!
Episode 9 is the trial. A free Soundwave. Yes, Soundwave is now with them, working with the Resistance to free all the other guys. They talk about the multiverse. And I'm literally being like, why does every major fandom genre thing have to talk about the multiverse? You got the Spider-Verse. You have the multiverse now with Marvel. Everything is talking about the multiverse. The Scientist is this creep dude, like his voice is just creepy. He creeped me out. Hot Rod calls him Mr. Squibbles, which is just really, really funny. Episode 10 is The Prisoner. I really liked the friendship that Clobber and Hot Rod have formed working together. Later on, this Quintessence stuff is over. Split up Cybertron, half for Decepticons, half for Autobots. Clobber goes with the Autobots. I'm like, I see you, girl! We don't see him yet until episode 11, which is called The Scientist. The Scientist sees Soundwave and he's like,
I must have you.
because he goes from different universes and collects one souvenir, one survivor. He collects a bunch of different color-painted Soundwaves. You crazy! They free everyone from the Quintessence.
And then Hot Rod and Soundwave Brofist, and it's really cute. They have like a really good friendship.
Episode 12, The Alliance. This is where Megatron and Optimus have to start working together. If they just are at each other's throat while also trying to defeat the Quintessence, it's just gonna be a hot, chaotic mess. And then episode 13, The Judge. Find the multiverse portal. They've destroyed the tower, thank Prime. Episode just takes a turn and I'm like, nope, not here for it. The new Judge awakens. Starscream's head. Starscream with 2 other aliens is the new Judge. I'm just like,
Why?
and he comes across the Quintessence ship. They're gonna take him prisoner and he's like, oh, but I'm a valuable asset. To reward you, we're gonna cut your head off and make you a judge. Okay, sure. Let's make this
Annoying Decepticon a judge of a universe when all he wants to do is make everything in his image.
because that makes perfect sense. Because he's a rational guy. Episode 14, which is titled The End of the Universe Part 1. Great title, because Starscream would end all universes. An earlier episode, Megatron went into the portal of the multiverse with Dead End, because he wanted to rule over all the universes, which is not a surprise, it's Megatron. Episode 15, I only took three points of notes. They gotta wake up Iaconus now, because they need Iaconus to defeat Starscream the Judge, and Croatan, because Croatan is now being a slave for the Quintessence, so they need to free him. All of the Soundwaves are activated, so it's an all-out Soundwave on Soundwave war. Episode 17, Megatron comes back, but he's glowing. He gives everyone powers, like even Optimus. Where that comes from, maybe it's the Matrix, I don't know, it's a thing. Astro Train is here, so bravo, we get Astro Train. The biggest shock we get this episode is Megatron has his own Matrix. The first thought was, did he steal it from an alternate Optimus? But we find out on the last episode that he stole it from a really evil Megatron, a Megatron that went so evil because he destroyed Optimus. Why this current Megatron didn't go super evil. He's evil, but he's not like beyond evil because he didn't kill Optimus. I guess if Megatron ever were to kill Optimus, he'd be really bloodthirsty and more evil than he already is, which is bad enough as it is. The rest of the half of the show, episodes 18 through 26, are just pretty casual episodes, minus like 26. Episode 18 is Enemy Lines. Windblade apparently had to like try to fix Croatan, so she's like down for the count. So 19, they go to the Crystal City. There, they meet Thunderhowl, is this Knight of the Prime. But I liked him. Episode 20 was so bizarre. The episode title is called Wild Wild Wheel.
What does that have to do with Cyber?
We start off the episode with a cowboy robot, and his name is Wild Wheel. He's got the cowboy hat, and he's got gun holsters. And also, apparently on Cybertron, there is a Wild West town. Not only do we see that, but we also see robot transformer cows. Very creative. Wild Wheel is looking for Optimus. And when the Ark got blown up, Wild Wheel was just shot out of the ship, and he blames Optimus and the rest of the Autobots for not coming to find him. How could Optimus know that you were on Earth? Do you have a tracker on all of those stasis pods? So Optimus and Wild Wheel have a Western style shootout. Obviously Optimus wins because he's Optimus, and then Wild Wheel's like, screw you, I'm gonna now be a Decepticon. I loved episode 21, titled Alien Hunt, with Meteorfire and Cosmo! Cosmo is so adorable in this show. Meteorfire and Cosmo have an alien hunt show where they go hunt aliens. Shards of her memory were scattered throughout different places. And one of them was scattered on, I think, Lunar 13. Bumblebee goes to get help from Meteorfire. There, he finds Cosmos. Cosmos is alive, and I'm happy that they're back together. Episode 23! Ratchet is going on a rescue mission, and Rack and Ruin are on the ship. They don't know it's taking off. They're going to rescue Jetfire. Ratchet gets captured as well, and so Rack and Ruin have to save the day. Episode 24, Chromia and Bumblebee go down to the depths. There we meet Hammerbite. He's the guardian of the Argon Sea. He's pretty cool. I like him. This is the episode where we also find out that Mech Adam was a Prime.
So much is happening. So much has to happen. It's crazy.
Episode 25 is we get a flashback in the beginning of Megatron stealing the Matrix. Megatron keeps making this like speech like we stole it from this one. He's like, he seems to be afraid of this guy. At this point, we're thinking it's gotta be some evil guy. But who can be worse than Megatron at this point? I kept seeing a hologram of a bot, and it looked exactly like Tarn.
Oh my god! They're bringing Tarn into Cyberverse! This is so cool!
Very more advanced Decepticons that look like Tarn, but they're not Tarn. The other universe's Megatron that this current Megatron stole the Matrix from was this advanced, really bloodthirsty, because he killed his universe's Optimus. So therefore he was able to make the perfect Decepticon.
The perfect Decepticon. That's bad. That's real bad.
So 26, the other one, obviously the other one refers to the other universe Megatron who comes now. He wants his current Matrix. This universe's Megatron and Optimus have to band together to not only destroy the evil Megatron, a Megatron that didn't kill Optimus is just lying there, and he spouts that iconic line, one shall stand, one shall fall. Optimus calls him friend. I'm like, this is like G1 all over again. Windblade comes back to life. She destroys the universe Megatron's Matrix. And Astra Train comes back because he abandoned everyone earlier on. Takes the really evil Megatron and says he's gonna be trapped in me forever, and then he goes back into the portal. So those are my thoughts on Season 3 Cyberverse. I was very pleasantly surprised with this season. They upped the storytelling, they brought in some more characters, they brought in some more G1 elements, had a really nice flow, a really nice arc. I really enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys thought about Season 3 Cyberverse down in the comment section. I will see you guys with another video very soon. Bye guys!